Welcome to Running Shoes Guru. I'm Brandon, and today we are reviewing the latest carbon-plated racer, the New Balance FuelCell RC Elite. It's finally here, New Balance's premium flagship racing shoe. Now the RC Elite completes a set. The FuelCell TC was released earlier this year, and the RC Elite has a lot to live up to because the FuelCell TC is one of my favorite shoe releases of 2020 so far. It was such a unique carbon-plated shoe experience because it was so soft yet so efficient at the same time. So what's the difference between the RC Elite and the FuelCell TC? Well, the RC Elite is 2 ounces lighter, and it's also 2 millimeters lower in the heel and in the forefoot. It still has a 10 millimeter drop, but it's $25 more expensive. Now, $25 isn't that much when you compare it to the Alpha Fly, which is $75 more than the Tempo Next Percent, and the Endorphin Pro, which is $40 more than the Endorphin Speed. At 7.3 ounces for standard men's size, the RC Elite is a very light shoe, even for its category. It's lighter than the Alpha Fly Next Percent, the Endorphin Pro, the Adios Pro, and the Adizero Pro. New Balance says that to be a truly competitive marathon racer, it has to be around 7 ounces. When I first took the RC Elite out of the box and saw the green upper, they immediately reminded me of the Vaporfly Next Percent. It's really disappointing that New Balance didn't choose their own iconic signature colorway, like luminous yellow or cobalt blue. The FuelCell foam of the RC looked a little more translucent and less white than the FuelCell foam of the TC. It also felt softer and squishier. New Balance says that this is the lowest density of FuelCell foam they've created, while having the most energy return. When lacing them up for the first time, I had to do a lot of adjusting. Because the tongue is so thin and short, I felt a lot of pressure at the base of my ankle on the top of my foot. So what I had to do was I had to use heel lock lacing, but I used the first row and the third row, and I skipped out the second row. And this way the shoe tied down lower, so it eliminated the pressure on the top of my foot. So let's talk about the performance of the shoe. The RC Elite feels like a magic shoe. While it doesn't feel like anything special during the run, the magic happens after the run when I look at my average pace, and I can't believe how fast it is. It's always 10 to 15 seconds faster than I thought it would be after every single run in them. While many carbon-plated racers were designed for the marathon, very few of them offer enough protection and cushioning for the full 42.2 kilometers. But the RC Elite, on the other hand, handles the marathon distance with ease and does exactly what it's intended to do. For me, anything shorter than a full marathon is not in its wheelhouse because it's so soft. I use my RC Elite for training runs over 20 kilometers at marathon pace. For anything shorter and faster, the midsole is just too soft and it gets in the way. It's a lot less versatile than the Alpha Fly Next Percent, but on the other hand, it has a lot more long distance comfort. A great feature of the RC Elite is that after runs in them, my legs never feel sore or stiff. It's a really forgiving shoe, which is softer than most daily trainers and even some max cushion trainers. The carbon fiber plate found inside the RC Elite is similar to the one in the FuelCell TC, but it's a little bit lighter. It has some flexibility to it, and it doesn't have a forward tipping sensation, but it keeps the shoe rigid and snappy. The midsole flares out to create a lateral wing, which does increase stability a bit, but it would suit more runners if the lateral wing was less aggressive and there was a slight medial wing to balance out the shoe. The midfoot and the rear foot are slightly more narrow than the FuelCell TC to save weight, and the result is a less stable ride. The FuelCell RC Elite is one of the least stable carbon-plated racers. Now, I'm a slight overpronator, and I didn't feel any discomfort from the instability of the RC Elite. But I did have to concentrate on my form more and try to strike more on the forefoot where it's wider and more stable. The outsole of the RC Elite is one of the best gripping outsoles I've ever experienced, and a lot of it has to do with this Dynaride forefoot. It consists of tiny triangles which are packed closely together, and these triangles bite into the ground. A great thing about the RC Elite is that the midsole is so soft that when you strike the ground, the lugs recede into the midsole, so the lugs don't bear the full force of the strike. This increases outsole durability, so the small triangle nubs show very little wear even after 50 miles of running. Now, being the racer in the set, you'd expect the upper of the RC Elite to be thinner and more minimal than the TC, but in actual fact it feels thicker and more durable than the FuelCell TC. The fit is a lot more snug though, like a true racing upper, and if you have wide feet you might find it to be really uncomfortable. The upper of the RC Elite fit my narrow feet perfectly, and I would gladly wear them for runs over 3 hours long. There's an internal heel counter which isn't intrusive and locked down my heel really well. My least favorite thing about the upper is the ungusseted tongue that slides downwards during runs, and then you can feel the lacing pressure from the first row. But it's in no way a deal breaker. Apart from the sliding tongue, the upper is comfortable, breathable, and has great foot lockdown provided you use heel lock lacing. The FuelCell RC Elite is definitely deserving of the title Super Shoe, and it's for the runner who wants the carbon-plated experience but a highly cushioned ride at the same time. It's ironic that it has Elite in its name when it's such a democratic shoe, because its high level of cushioning makes it suitable for non-elites. New Balance has created a really special running shoe that feels deceptively fast. There's no way that a shoe with this much cushioning can be this fast. It's pure magic. There isn't a massive price difference between the RC Elite and the FuelCell TC, but what you get is a lighter shoe with a lower stack height and a softer, more responsive ride. Thanks for watching our review. If you enjoyed it, please like the video and subscribe to our channel. You can also ask us any questions you have about the shoe in the comments below.